Good morning. Welcome back to Deer Corner. Yesterday was a pretty different day. I mean, weather-wise. Had ice when we went out. Had rain, turned to sleet, turned to rain, turned to fog, and I really didn't have a very good day of hunting, but I enjoyed being out there. Today, this morning it is 5:15 right now, getting my coffee ready, and got up, went out on the porch, and we're socked in with fog. It is foggy. You may have a 25 yard, see 25 yards, but they're calling for 80% chance of rain all day long. So it's going to be a wet, foggy day today. And this makes the third day in a row. And a neighbor, he kind of asked why I'm going back out. Well, the deer are going to have to get up and start moving. 3 days of bad weather. The deer is not going to lay down very long. It's getting to the point on them that they're going to have to get up and feed and lay down. Get up and feed and lay down. So the deer are going to be moving through all this on their third day. In order to maintain body heat, they're going to have to feed. So 3 days of this cold, rainy weather will make deer move. They won't sit down and bed down all day. Now the first day, yeah, they can sit down and they can bed 8-9 hours and get up and move. The second day they're going to have to limit that, and it may be 6 hours at the most they can bed down before getting up and moving. On the third day though, they're not going to be bedding down around 3 hours and get up and move to feed and bed, feed and bed. Due to the fact their fat content in their body isn't like cattle or everything else. They have very little or none. So they have to rely on food for energy to stay warm. So 3 days of this weather, the deer are going to have to get up and move. And I'm going to go ahead and hunt it on that fact. But we got in last night just at dark. Made it up here just at dark. And got in, got cleaned up. And a neighbor down the road called me down and invited me over some supper, and I drove down there. Folks, that was the worst spaghetti I've eaten. But I didn't tell him that. But the deer meat was good. The spaghetti was good. The sauce, you can taste the can. But you have to look at his lifestyle. And he's up there in age. He don't throw nothing away. Newspapers, magazines. He has something to do with everything he gets. He won't throw nothing away. And I know that can of spaghetti sauce, it had to be 20 years old. But you can taste the can in it. But he's a very nice fella. And we do a lot of talking. And we got off on a conversation last night for about an hour or more. And it was about the color blue. Because he's about like me. I don't wear a whole lot of camouflage. And he wears blue denim. And he's hunted all his life in them. Blue denim, bib, coverall. I mean, but we got a discussion on that. And basically deer, we do not know exactly what deer see. Now you'll have a lot of scientists and professors and, well, they're dissected this eye and it's this. And we do not know for a fact how the deer's brain reacts to a deer's eye. And that is true. We can't tell what a deer really sees. Now, the blue part, we sat down and we dissected that. and we came up with this. Blue is the least color in nature. And that very few birds are blue, very few butterflies are blue. There's a little bitty blue beetle up here. But as far as the color of blue, it is the least color in nature. You have all kinds of reds, yellows, greens, browns, grays, and believe it or not, you even have hunter orange in the fall with the leaves. And a whole backdrop, you look back, you'll see hunter orange. But blue, you don't see blue. So why are they saying blue, deer see blue? Well, blue isn't in nature's color code. So blue will stick out. It isn't how deer see it, it's just that the color blue isn't that noticeable in nature. It's just very few things are blue, so you're going to stick out with blue. So I hope to show a little bit on the thing on the color blue, but you sit back and think and try to name, we named 5 things that are blue in nature, and that's it. But the other color of the color chart, we were naming, we kept going. So blue itself, yeah. But, you know, we both sat there and started laughing about it. But I hunted many deer in blue jeans. And we're going to go out today. I'm going to head out sunrise, 7:25. I know it's going to be foggy and rainy. But I can't see my deer and have a good time sitting on the couch watching TV. Oh, you give me 15 minutes and TV will be watching me. So I'm going to go ahead, get my coffee made, get things ready to go, get my pack ready, and sit back. I haven't chosen what stand I'm going to hunt. I think I'm going to go down and hunt the roadside stand right now due to the visibility. So I'm going to bring you along, and let's see if we can have a better day than yesterday. And thanks for coming. Subscribe, and we'll see you again. $6:45. About time to start heading to the stand. Yeah. For once, they got the weather right. It is raining pretty good out here. It's going to make a pretty interesting day. I'm going to have to go ahead and get my pack ready and get ready to head to the stand. It's going to make a very interesting day. Bring you along, and like I say, go ahead and subscribe, and we'll see you when we get to the stand. Okay, made it to the stand about 25 after 7. Took me about 15 minutes, 17 minutes to get here, and it is pouring down rain, and it is just a little bit above freezing. And a little tip to bring you in weather like this, it's freezing weather, where little ice, little rain mix like this. When you're going to the stand carrying your firearm, carry your firearm upside down with the muzzle pointing towards the ground. I've had it happen before. It only takes one drop of rain
in the right place. And when you get to your stand and it freezes into an ice drop, can cause your gun to misfire. I've already had that happen a couple times on me, and I learned the hard way. So weather like this, I carry my gun upside down, muzzle pointing down. Therefore, if I get any moisture in it at all, it won't be internally, and it won't freeze up the gun. And yes, it will happen. If you hunt as much as I have, it's going to happen to you. That's just a little tip. And as you can hear, it's sure coming down, but this is ice. You're hearing ice hitting the top. Just listen to that ice hitting the top of this stand. Wish I had enough light to show it, but some of that ice is the size of buckshot. So I'll get a little more sunlight and we'll see what the day brings. So thanks for coming along, and we'll see you soon. Okay, the rain, the sleet is slacked up. And I'd like to give a shout out. There's a very nice fella that's doing what I did 20 plus years ago, but took it to another level. And folks, I'm going to tell you what, he is going to have a deer heaven in the future. And just give his channel a look. It's called My Slice of Heaven. And he is taking the deer future to another level. His oak trees and the trees he's planting, he's going to have something that's called My Slice of Heaven. And go ahead and give him a look-see. And another one is, he's been on the road a lot, had a lot of difficulty. Truck driver, but he hasn't got out much this year. But he has some good information and good things going, and that's Outdoors with Tim. Go ahead and give him a look-see. So, the crows are back at it now. They're waking up. So we'll go ahead and see what we got going out there. It's just now getting where you can see. I came back to the hillside stand this morning. It's back in the woods a little bit. It's out of the weather. They're calling for rain all day. Some wind. It's a very good, comfortable, dry stand. So I went ahead and come back to it. So we'll see what we can see. very, very interesting evening. I had 2 chances on 2 different deer, but it was going to be a tight squeeze to get the shot in. And 2 different bucks with these does, two different bunches of does came in, and each one had a buck with them. But that buck wouldn't come out of the thicket, but I could see him through the scope, and I could have squeezed a shot off, but I didn't take the risk. But I'm glad he came along. It's been a rainy 3 days. Cold, rainy, foggy. But I'm going to hang this hunt up the 3rd day in a row. And I'm glad to be able to bring you along. And hope to see you again. Go ahead and subscribe. And we'll try it another day.